What is going on, everybody? Today we are doing an unboxing and a review of this cooler. Not this cooler, this is the old style. Now we got a new cooler that plugs in, it can heat stuff up or it can keep it cold. So let's get this unboxed and then we'll talk about it. So I did open this already to get a sneak peek, but I didn't get any farther than this. So it's packaged really well in this thick styrofoam. And here's the cooler. It's backwards. So let's get this plastic off. And this is it. This looks really nice. I got a couple cup holders here, small and large, too large and too small. And here's the display with some protective plastic over it. We open it up here. This is the area where you store your stuff. This is obviously the refrigerating and heating area. And inside we have directions, user manual, and your plugs and everything, so this can plug into the cigarette lighter. So here's the main charging cable. This end goes into the cooler, of course. This goes into the cigarette lighter in your car, so we'll be testing that out for sure. Instruction booklet. So it goes down to minus 22C or up to 55C. That's pretty nice. And this piece is actually so you can plug it into the wall. So you can use this at home as well, or if you're on a campground and you plug stuff in, you can just plug this in as well. This would be really nice for keeping stuff warm or cold even at home. All right, so let's take the actual unit out of the box. Got nice handles on the side here. All right, before we continue, full disclaimer, this was sent to me for free by my sponsor. There will be a link to this in the description to Amazon, along with a 10% off discount code. They didn't tell me what the code is yet, but that'll be in the description. So check it out if you're interested in this. So here's the front, nothing on the front. You can see this is where the compressor is. Turning it to the side, this is how you plug it in. And again here, more ventilation for the compressor. On the back, we just have a couple warning stickers and the specs here for the power. So it uses 60 watts. All right, so looking at the control panel, let's get this plugged in. All right, so you get a beep, and make sure you read your manuals because I was a little confused how to turn this on. You can see doing this doesn't do anything. You got to hold it for 3 seconds. And now it's on. So check out the display here. It's really nice. If you're in a gas car, this wouldn't matter in a Tesla, but in a gas car, it monitors the voltage of the battery, and if it gets below a certain voltage, it actually just turns the unit off. So that way you can run this in your car, and you don't have to worry about ruining your battery or running your battery down and getting stranded somewhere. So there are a few different settings you can learn in the manual, but for now, this lock right here shows that we can't adjust anything. So this doesn't do anything. You see the lock is now flashing. If you want to unlock it, you can hold here. It unlocks. So once you unlock it, you can then use these buttons to adjust the temperature in either direction. So right now it's displaying the set temperature. So if I hold this, we can go down to negative 22. That's the lowest it can go. And then if you leave it, once this stops blinking, it'll show the actual temperature inside the unit. And now I can feel, I don't know if you can hear, the compressor just kicked on, and it'll start cooling the unit. So while it's cooling, let's throw some stuff in here and see what fits. Okay, so I'm going to start with a gallon jug. It's sealed pretty well, actually. There's a nice gasket around the edge here, and it was a little tough to open. So gallon jug, just to take up a little extra room so I don't have to put too much in here. Okay, so I tipped the gallon over. It wasn't going to close standing up, but it's in there. We can easily close this right now. I also added 12 12-ounce cans, and there's room for more. So easily closes, and there's room. You can see all around here. We could put some hot dogs in here and some other stuff. So there's actually a pretty decent amount of room, depending on how much you have, how long you're staying, or how much you want to put in there, either to warm or cool. Another nice little thing they did for you here is they put this sticker up, just a little reminder for the different temperatures that you want to keep things, and they did it at Celsius and Fahrenheit for you. So that's really nice. You got meat, frozen foods, seafood, alcoholic drinks, you know, all the optimum temperatures to keep those things at. So you got that nice little reminder always in the cooler. So one last thing to show you here before we go and try it out. I did take a picture of the bottom, so here's that. You can check that out. So we just unlocked it, and when you're on the cold setting, the warmest you can go up to 10 Celsius. That's it. Now, if you want to go to the warming setting, you hold plus and minus together. And there you go. It turns red, which is really nice because it makes it obvious that you're on warm versus cool. And now you can adjust the temperature all the way up to 55C. And again, we can turn it down. 25C is the coldest you can go on the warming. And then you can see here, this little coffee mug is lit up red instead of over here when we switch it back. Now the snowflake is lit up blue. So we've placed everything in there. After a certain amount of time, you can see here the lock symbol has returned. So now in case this accidentally gets bumped, our temperature will not be changed. So it should be cooling down to the temperature it needs to be. I don't know if I showed you earlier, there are handles on the side here when I was taking it out of the box. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go put this in the Model 3. So we're out here camping in the woods, as you can see. Don't mind that mailbox over there. And I've put the cooler in the back seat. It's still got all the drinks, the gallon of water in there. It's still set to negative 22 Celsius, and I'm going to leave it plugged into the cigarette lighter in my Model 3 for 1 hour, and we're going to see how many miles of range it uses. So it's currently about 2 o'clock. We'll come check back around 3. This will be plugged in the whole time. I've turned the HVAC off. Nothing is running. You know, normally probably while you're camping you would have that stuff on, but I just want to see how much energy this thing alone is going to use. And in case you're wondering about driving around with it and everything, it is rated for 30-degree tilts. Refrigerators normally aren't supposed to tilt whenever there's coolant involved, but this one can tilt up to 30 degrees, so it should be safe in your trunk traveling around. Okay, so here we are an hour later. Shout out to DirtyTesla for giving me this idea of zooming out on the map so you can't see where I am. We used 1 mile, so it uses less than 1% an hour, about 1/3 of a percent per hour. So that's really good. It doesn't use much energy at all. So let's check it out and see what temperature it's at. Okay, I don't know if you can hear it, but I hear the thing humming back here, working away. It's at -3 Celsius, so it's still got a lot to go. Now, to be fair, we put a lot of warm liquid in here. So yeah, these are actually starting to get pretty cold in here. So, you know, of course, it's going to take it a long time to freeze all of that stuff, which I don't want anyway. But I just figured I'd see how powerful it was. So now I'm going to do a couple things. I just want to see if it fits in the frunk, where it fits in the trunk, stuff like that. All right, so first of all, starting in the back, I guess I could have taken all the water out of here, but oh well. Let's see if it fits down here for us. Oh, it does. That is awesome. Put this down. So yeah, it fits right in the sub trunk. That is really convenient and really nice. Now, it does say you cannot have liquid in there, so I imagine you don't want to use it as a traditional cooler and put ice in it. But if you have a lot of stuff like I have in there, a bunch of cans of water and things, it'll keep its temperature for a while you're driving, you know, from place to place. But if you're driving, you can have it in the car plugged in if you have room. Okay, so now we're going to try the front. Does not look like it fits. Nope, so no frunk, only the trunk. They say for storage, when you're done using it, you want to leave it open, let it return to ambient temperature before you store it and close it. So I'm going to take all this out. That's what I'm going to do. Overall, this thing is really nice. The quality is awesome. It works really well. It doesn't use much energy. That was really exciting. I thought it was going to use at least like 1% an hour or something of the Tesla battery, which would have been about 3 miles, but it only used 1 mile in that hour. So that's really good. The cooler has both wall charging, so you can use this at home or anywhere you have an outlet, and also of course the cigarette lighter, so you can use this thing on the road. When I store it, I'm gonna just keep these in the cooler when I'm not using it, and then it'll be ready for whenever I need it. Also, the reviews on Amazon are really good. People are really happy with this thing so far. My only negative would be the price. It is a little expensive, but the quality is really good. It does a good job. It's really nicely made. It's pretty cool that you have a USB cable there. I don't know, I didn't expect that at all. So it's a really nice product. Go on Amazon, check it out, see the reviews, see what other people are saying about it. You do get 10% off, so use the code in the description. That should help you out a little bit. Comment below, let me know what you think of this one, if you're going to pick it up or you have any questions. People sometimes ask me more that I don't know, and I can just email the company and ask them and get back to you. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.